Hey, yo, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Bull Deep here, aka Dippin'. Alongside me, I got Andrew, aka Drew
You know
Dolan
the
with me.
vibes, you know the vibes.
And our special guest, once again, we got Henry, aka CFK, with us.
How y'all doing? This is CFK, aka Henny, aka the Elephant Man, aka you already know I'm a true king out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. It's the holiday season, first and foremost. Hopefully, you guys had a great Thanksgiving. You know, Christmas is on the way. The year's ending. The decade's ending. How was your guys' decade?
Y'all ready to spend money?
I'm not buying anybody gifts.
Damn.
Nah, I'm kidding.
I mean, you already did enough giving. You did enough giving.
Yeah, you did a lot of giving. I'm proud of you for that.
I appreciate it. We did help a lot of people, bro. I'm really proud of that. With everyone who was involved, all the people who donated, all the people who showed love. So once again, thank you for everybody.
And hopefully, you know, some of you guys may be inspired to do something similar too.
Or just be a part of it. DM me on Instagram and we can link up, think of ideas.
Yeah, you know, just hit me in my Venmo, my Cash App, and I mean, we could work it out.
You know, one of our strongest supporters, Joel, he wants to help out. He wants to cut hair. And he's already done it before.
He's done that, yeah.
Yeah, so he wants to help out, bring a whole bunch of barbers together.
You know that's always big, bro. I know he watches every episode. You know we got nothing but love for you. You know
Love
what
you,
I mean?
Joel.
For real, you know you family.
My man just got a fresh cut from him.
Yes. Everyone go see Joel Style
Yeah,
down on
Joel,
179.
You know, 175th, 175th in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right around over there. It's a big shop. It's like sports barbershop. You know what I mean? Fire. Look for the tall ass Puerto Rican though with the beard.
And
Come
he's
on,
bald
yo.
with a nice beard. Ooh, he's mad nice. And you'll know him by his apron.
You'll just know. When you see Joel, you know that's motherfucking styly.
Yeah, he's got an energy. He's got an energy. He's different too.
You got a vibe. You got a vibe.
Nah, but how was you guys' decade, yo?
I mean, that's a little. I mean, for us, like for at least the ages we are, that's like a really big question.
Yeah,
I mean, we were 10.
We
Which is
were.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy both to think that, like, but I think, like, with our parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
That decade, like, it's a long time, but it's, like, it's not that crazy.
What you mean?
In terms of, like, the difference. I mean, how old are your parents?
My parents, 52 and 49.
Exactly. Don't know. 40 to 50 is a
Mhm.
big difference, but that's not the same difference from 10 to 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we've gone
It's a
through,
lot longer for us.
we've literally gone through a lot.
So
I mean,
much has happened in this decade.
We literally,
It's
like,
half our lives.
Our balls dropped. It is half our lives.
It's half our lives, yeah. Nah,
Do y'all have any particular memories from pre-puberty, like early, like 2010, 2011?
Well, Minecraft was a lot for me. That's how I met my friends. That's how I started meeting other people. And then just getting my confidence up. I was always confident, but I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
So implementing my confidence to get my goals. Arizona, sponsor us. That'd be dope. Nah,
That's
but,
a goal.
Arizona definitely should sponsor all of us.
Yeah,
We drink that way too much.
But
Hey, last Christmas, what did you buy me for Christmas?
I got them like 20, 30 at Arizona.
in a big box, and I gave away most of them, but
Yeah.
I could have drank every single one of them if I wanted
Hey
to.
man, I put effort into that. I didn't spend a lot. Oh, I spent quite a bit of money, but at $20. But I arts and crafts, arts and crafts. That's fun.
That at the box, is it still in your car? Or maybe I
Nah,
kept it.
that's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah.
But you know what? The memory will last forever and ever. You know.
It was fun though, yo.
Oh yeah, no.
I saw
That was
I got-
that was a cool day doing gift exchange.
What did we play? Mafia? Mafia was dope.
Mafia was
shout out to
fun.
Niga, good for him. He didn't come up with the game, but he made it popular, I'd say. No, I'd never heard of it before him. So I'm just saying it from my point of view. But I know you've been to the Philippines. You spent 3 years there in your teens. So how was that?
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, the Philippines. It's a third world country. Not much to do there. It is. I mean, about I guess we talking like deep level. It's hard being. Going to the Philippines really illustrated for me directly in my face. You know, the concept of I'm real into philosophy, and I'm bugging on dude's name.
Just saying.
Apologize me,
Yeah.
but it's a dual identity, I believe, or dual consciousness or something. Just here in the States, right? It's about dealing with being black in America. I believe it might be Douglas. It might be Douglas, but I'm forgetting who.
There's a whole bunch of them now. And a lot
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Douglas. It might be Frederick Douglass, but now I mean it's just about how in the States having to deal with the identity of being black and being an American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing for me to an extent about being Filipino American. You know what I mean? I've always been too American to be Filipino, but I've also been too Filipino to be American. And growing up here in New York, especially, I used to get made fun of. Like, most people don't know what a Filipino is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I got made fun of all the time for being Filipino. And it's just the most ignorant things where, like, you clearly know that. You can clearly tell they don't have no clue, you know, what they talking about. And it's just me just being in an area with not that many Filipinos. And it's not like, even, like, Filipinos don't talk about the Philippines.
Okay.
They left for a reason. One reason or another, they left for a reason. A lot of them don't really talk too much. And so even me, I myself was already ignorant. So it was already confusing here in the stateside being made fun of for being like Filipino when to me, I was American. I was a New Yorker. My parents were Filipino. My parents were immigrants. And I'm still Filipino. I'm proud of that. But, you know, being like, I was raised in America for a particular reason, so that I could be American, have the opportunities and the benefits that comes with being an American in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
you don't look like the average Filipino either, do you? You're taller.
No, I also have mixed. I also come from like mixed blood.
Yeah, you have Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy. How about you, Henry? What's some changes that you went through in your teens that you think are the biggest?
Well, I'd say it's very similar to what he was talking about. I definitely was able to. No, nothing like that. But as far as like knowing my identity, like within myself, and then also figuring out my identity, with other people looking at me, just how they see me as. So like, I'd say it wasn't until like middle school I really started to realize that like I'm looked at more than just that kid Henry that lives down the street, that lives near a grocery store. I'm also Henry Onyuka, the black kid, the one black kid in a class full of Indian and white kids. I'm also Henry, the one kid who loves hip hop music, but because people don't want to hear him do hip hop music, he's not gonna do it. You know.
You know what? We always like we're constantly changing. It's a cycle that we keep on going through, and we put in the seeds and we just grow. And from a year and a half ago, from the orientation that we all met at, you have grown tremendously. Your confidence is through the roof compared to what it used to be.
Thank you.
This college in general.
I'd say it all. I feel like we've all grown.
It's funny just because I remember the first time I met Henry. I was just thinking about this morning before we was finna hang out. It's just funny the way we met.
What's up? How'd you meet?
What was the first thing we talked about?
The girl in the red dress.
White.
The girl in the red dress.
Was it red?
Yes, it was a red dress.
We was talking about shorty.
Yeah, there was a shorty that
we was in church too, man.
Yeah, we were in church. All right, no, we are God-fearing men. We're God-fearing men. My fault, but unfortunately, there was a very fine girl in a red dress.
Jesus had
actually, fortunately,
Jesus had his Maria, then Magdalene.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
So a girl in the red dress passed by and for some reason I sat next to Martinez.
Okay.
I sat next to Martinez and
because
Drew
I knew Martinez.
Yeah,
I was sitting next to him.
Drew already knew Martinez, and I was sitting next to Martinez, and then I was at orientation. I was trying to make friends, and I was like, let me just make small talk with this dude right next to me. I was like, what can I talk about? And then like the girl in the red dress walked up, and she was walking, so of course I looked, but then who else looked? Martinez.
Yeah, he's goofy.
So then I was just like, yo, you see that girl in the red dress? And he's just like, yo, man. He's like, yo, bro, I've been looking at that. and then Drew caught on too. He's like, yeah.
Damn, you incriminating.
No. I'm kidding about that. But yeah, nah.
But I mean, if you watch this, you know what I mean. My boy's done, king looking for his queen, you feel me?
Yes, yes, but you know what? I'm still king out here. I don't need no queen right now.
Okay.
But
tell him.
After we were given that speech in a church, after that, Drew was in my orientation group.
He was dressed. He was dead dressed like a OL.
I was wearing a red polo and khakis because I thought
straight up wearing the Target uniform,
Nah, straight up. But right after that, I don't even remember what we talked about, but we hit it off like
because we just started walking. For real, I thought you was OL, so I was just finna talk to you real quick, and then I found out you wasn't. And we just started talking like like video games, Like we really just clicked.
It's crazy how the world works, because you didn't even go to St. John's, So if say for example you were enrolled
I didn't
at UCC at the start.
I didn't even want to I didn't really care about getting into St. John's. It wasn't the school I even wanted to get in. So
I thought you did though, because of WSJU and all that.
I mean, yeah, I wanted to get into it. Like that's cool, but Queens College was my dream school growing up.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I really wanted to go to.
No, but that's crazy though. Like you didn't even end up going. You ended up going to QCC. So if you straight up went, hey, yo, rep your school, bro.
Getting exposed on this podcast, yo.
Hey, yo, it's the school you going to, right?
No, I love QCC. You know, I'm a Tiger all day. What are you talking about, yo? I'm a QCC Tiger and I'm repping that.
No, but it's like, again, it's like y'all may have never met. And this MOR stuff may have never happened.
That is very true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is very true. If imagine if we just never talked that day.
Mm-hmm.
It might have not been.
Imagine if you didn't be sitting next to Martinez.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's crazy? The very first day, Andrew was telling me, yo, you know this little black dude named Henry? Yo, he's mad chill, mad Valley. He's from Africa.
That's dope.
I am from Jersey. My blood come from Africa though.
Nah, I was like, yo, I don't know. But
that's because over here now, but yeah, I mean, you know why. Because over here, everyone's like West Indian.
Yeah. No, I understood it. Yeah, no, that was a great day for me. That was honestly a great day because I just knew from that point on that my schooling was gonna be a lot different than what I grew up with, and honestly, I love that idea. I love that idea so much, and I was just like, you know what, like comparing how I grew up and like people I grew up with at school, and comparing it to a year and a half being here, so much better. Like
a lot more freedom,
and people are just a lot more. Not open's not even the word. They're just a lot
upfront.
A lot more upfront, and they're just a lot more real. Like people are actually like real out here. They're not like in my school. Literally, sometimes you had to lie to get to the top. Sometimes you just had to fake it to make it. Not saying that I had to do that. Not saying that a lot of other people had to do that. But I'm just saying, no, small towns be like that.
I got you.
But at the same time, like you come to a place like this and you realize that there's a lot more to this world than what you grew up with. There's a lot more to this world, and you haven't even seen a single like fraction of it.
Okay.
At all. Even if you traveled or anything, you've not seen a good part of it. There's so much to know, there's so much to learn, and there's so many people to meet, good and bad. There's so many mountains to pass, you know?
Okay.
So, like, yeah, like, to answer the question about the decade, this decade I have failed and I have won in a lot of things.
Amen, bro.
One thing being coming to St. John's. That's probably the biggest W in my respect, in my perspective, because a lot of people did not expect me to go to college. A lot, even teachers, bro.
You were a good student.
I was a good kid.
Okay.
I was a good kid, but I'd say like student wise, I was really very interested in certain topics and other.
I feel like I understand
other aspects. I wasn't.
I get you.
But like I'd say like school, I wasn't like a bad kid.
Understandable.
But like at the same time, yeah, like I made dumb mistakes or whatever.
All right, so you were a good kid. That's awesome. But what I really want to talk about, you posted on your story today. 1 year making music with this man over here. You got 14.4.
Not even a year. Not even a year
yet. It's not February yet.
Months.
14.4K. Listens, over 7,000 people listening to it. Yes. Man, congrats, bro. Congrats.
Thank you so much. And that's just one song that I released everywhere. And it's like, I wouldn't have even made Messy if it wasn't for this man right here, my boy, my brother, and also everyone check out Stress. That's finna blow up too. Don't sleep.
Links in the description. You already know.
But anyway, even with that being said,
yeah.
That's the first song. That's the beginning of many.
Yep.
This winter break, I am locking myself in the basement and I am giving y'all a project.
That's leading me to my next question. Where do you guys see yourself in a year, realistically?
I mean, to be honest,
what's up?
A lot bigger. I mean, just off the rip alone, that those gonna be getting an internship over the summer.
Hopefully.
I mean, now you shall. You know what I mean? Ask and you shall receive. So that's definitely gonna open up a lot more opportunities for us as a group, for sure. Individually, I know at least for me, definitely a year's a long time. It's not that long. Like, it could definitely go fast if you let it catch up on you like that. But you can make a lot out of a year. And, you know what I mean? Just in the position of our lives. And I know for me personally, the the gravity of my age. I know I'm still mad young, so all you old folks, don't be clowning on me or whatever. But like we said, like 10 years ago, we were 10 years old. I'm 20 now. Like, a lot has happened since then, and I'm really about to I'm done being a teenager. You know what I mean? And I really want to do a lot with that. Because now we're really entering, like, adulthood, and really got to make things, like, happen. Because if we don't, that's going to be hard. You know what I mean? It can be hard to get out of that space.
We might not have that energy to do that stuff once we hit, like, the mid-adult years.
Or even just the opportunity, you know, the chance.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, in our youth, we got to be doing a lot. And, yeah, to answer your question, in a year, I mean, hopefully, I'm, like, working, I'm getting good grades, whatnot. But, like, as for, like, music, definitely a couple levels higher.
Okay.
Like, maybe not necessarily in, like, clout or any of that, but definitely skill. My skills definitely gonna have
10,000 hours in.
Yeah, that skill's definitely gonna have to elevate. But then even with that being said, yeah, I mean, with the moves that we're gonna make, we're definitely gonna catch the attention of people.
That's what I'm saying, because we already are catching a lot of attention. That's what I'm saying. I believe, I don't know, like, musically, we're definitely gonna have more, like, clout, more influence. I mean, we're definitely gonna be in a much better position than we are now.
Like, nobody's saying we're gonna be the baby or like any of the
but also, I mean, to be fair, who's to say that we?
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at Nas X. I mean, the game now is so different from the game before. You know what I mean? There's so many opportunities to really just blow up in a snap.
Anything can happen in the matter of a year, even a day. It can take a day for something to change. Like, even Lil Nas X said that the same week that Old Town Road got signed. No. Before Lil Nas X got signed, his mother told him to get a job, and he only had what, like $4?
I thought it was like 37 cents or negative, something like that.
Something like that.
Because he said like Wells Fargo like charged him, he went negative or something like that. Something weird. But in 5 years, y'all at the Grammys.
Yeah, who's to say that?
Who's to say that?
I'm saying because I'm saying in a year.
Who's to say we're not receiving one?
A year. You at the Grammys.
So
I want to be presenting y'all a Grammy, yo. That's what I want to be doing.
That would be crazy. But also that could also happen.
Nah, yo, there's so much to do. Do you guys think we're impatient or we're patient? Do you think we're trusting the process or are you trying to keep on rushing it?
There are definitely times where I feel I am being impatient, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If you don't believe in, like, if you go in with the mindset of, oh, I'm not going to blow up in a year, that's not crazy, I'm not going to make this amount of moves in a year, then, I mean,
you're holding yourself
back already. You know, then you're just not going to do it. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's less about being, like, that, having a sense of impatience, but more so just being ambitious.
Okay.
There's definitely there's a thin line between those, and it's definitely easy to cross, but, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not doing nothing.
Nah, there's a lot I want to do in the year too, but I was just earlier today I was listening to some motivational stuff just to like help me up, get me out of bed and stuff, and Denzel Washington came up and he was giving a commencement speech I think at Fordham. He was saying that I don't understand why people say they got a backup plan. Why do you got a backup plan? Why do you want to fall back? You should fall forward, you know. And that got me to thinking, because like I'm only going to college just for the degree so I can fall back on it. So it really messed with my head. I'm just like, the next 3 years I'm probably gonna still be here in the university. So I don't know, I just spent mad bread on getting camera equipment since I'm going to Europe less than 20 days. So so I really want to make content that people will like. So that's my goal.
And you shall, you shall.
Nah, bro, I'm working hard. I'm gonna get this tagged initiative thing up. You know,
you should bring Tag International.
One day, bro. That's one of the goals. Like, for me, at least, like, one of the biggest goals for me, since I'm from India, I studied in India for 3 years. One of the biggest goals is to open up a school in India, because education is so highly, like, regarded over there.
Oprah moves. You gonna make Oprah moves out here?
Maybe, yo. It's like, you can't move without education. Like, my father always said, like, he didn't have education. He worked on a farm growing up, him and his whole family. He had to come here. And, like, my dad's the hardest worker I've ever met.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how much this man works. He works like 2 different jobs, and it's like, it's like making me feel guilty. Like, what am I doing? You know, I'm just wasting his time and my time.
Yeah.
So I am a little impatient, I gotta say, but You got to have your goals. Like I was reading Dapper Dan, you know, for a presentation. And Dapper Dan, he didn't open his thing up till he was 37. He got motivated when he went to Africa when he was like 20, in his 20s. So he had a lot. He hustled, bro. He hustled hard.
Yo.
Yo, he started on dice when he was 10 years old. He went to cocaine and he went to credit cards. He did a whole bunch, and he ended up with a shop. And one of the goals on the bucket list now is to get something designed by Dapper Dan.
Ooh.
That'd be dope, yo. Going to Grammys,
dope.
Dapper Dan from Harlem, born and raised. That's his book's name.
Yeah, Harlem.
Made in Harlem.
That's what's up.
You know, that's pretty dope. Yo,
Harlem, that's something I love and respect about Harlem so much. I was just talking to a couple people about this actually. It's because Harlem, they rap so hard. OD. They rap to another level. You go to Harlem, you know you're in Harlem because everyone's talking about Harlem. They're selling shirts about Harlem. They got everything, this, that, and you see all the monuments, you know what I mean? You see the Apollo, all that. Like, it's the air, the vibe in Harlem is so tangible.
Oh yeah,
it's so different, especially being from Queens. Like, even certain parts of it, you know, there's similarities that kind of that remind me of like over here, but they are on another level because they're even different from the rest of the borough.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. Manhattan's so different.
So different.
I feel like if I were to relate Harlem to anything, it'd probably be Jamaica, because you got people selling stuff on the streets.
It's exactly what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I go to Harlem, and sometimes it reminds me of the Ave.
No, hell yeah! I remember like we had that race in August, and we were just walking around Harlem, and a lot of it was very similar to Jamaica. I got another race on Saturday though. Gotta run 9 miles. That's not fun, but again, you're working hard. And Dap said something. Dapper Dan. He said, I'm not gonna quote this properly, but he's saying just like in the natural world, you gotta plant the seeds, let it grow, and let it die, and you gotta move on. Otherwise, life is gonna be mundane. And that's hella true. You always gotta have some goals, some basic goals to go forward. So yeah. Now, what else? What in 10 years? The next decade?
Where
do you want to be?
I think about that a lot because I think how young we are, and even like my sister, my older sister's 31. She just turned 31 like last month, so a month and a half ago. And it's crazy to think because like compared to us, that's kind of old, but I mean she's still like young. Like she's still like that's still like a pretty relatively early into your life. You know what I mean? So I just can only imagine, and I look at her, I look at what she did in that decade of her life, right, in her 20s, and this got me thinking like, I can only imagine. It's so hard. That's something that's so hard to predict because that's such a span of time.
But where do you want to be in 10 years?
Where do I want to be? Well, I mean, in 10 years, honestly, baby CEO moves. You know what I mean? Entrepreneurship, setting up generational wealth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want to be, by the time I'm 29, definitely by the time I'm 30 for sure, I want to have my own house that is under my own name. You know what I mean? That belongs to me.
Oh, yeah.
I want to have, financial freedom. Exactly. I want to have financial freedom, and I want to be able to sufficiently support my family and I. You know what I mean? And like I said, I want to be running business for sure, no doubt. You know, I feel like oftentimes, like, it even gets asked before, like, you know what I mean? I feel like people look at us as just rappers, but we so much more than that.
Way more,
you know what I mean?
Rappers.
We so much more.
A lot more than rappers. I mean, like, yeah. By the time I'm 30, I'm gonna have CFK Mansion. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that I will, but I'm saying
Jersey?
that in Jersey.
Where do you want to be?
Well, okay. Maybe not in 10 years, but maybe in 30 years.
Yeah.
Eventually, a house in the motherland.
Oh,
a house in Kenya in the motherland.
Okay.
Out there, and then like when I retire, like 50 years, I'm just helping people for the rest of my life.
As you should.
Just helping out people for the rest of my life. But in the next 10 years, of course, accumulating wealth, but at the same time, not letting the wealth
get to your head.
Get to the head.
That's a scary thought, yo.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be making money, and how are we gonna use that? It's gonna get tough. Do you think that when you get a lot of money, like your first big check, say a brand gives you $10K right on the spot, that's more than we'd make in a minimum wage job in like what, 6-7 months?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's scary to think about. What would you do with a $10,000 check right now?
A $10,000 check right now. To quote New York rapper Lou Got Cash, I would save 8. Spend 2. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna put a lot of that into my savings. Definitely want to, like I said, what's really important, I feel, especially not being like minorities. You know what I mean? We weren't even allowed to own no property, no nothing. I really want to get into like creating generational wealth that, especially as particularly at least being a Filipino, you know what I mean? My people back home, for generations and generations and generations to come, they will never have money. You know what I mean? So I need to do something at the very least to help support my branch of the tree and just set up not even my kids, my grandkids, and even, you know, my great-grandchildren and so on and so forth to be in a better position than I had growing up in life. That's what my parents did for me. I might not have, you know, had lived the best life, but at the end of the day, I have already been set up with so much more opportunity than my folks have had damn near in the entirety of theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. Like, of course, 10K on the spot, I'm going to be thinking about all the things I could do with it, but realistically...
You gotta be smart.
You do gotta be smart. I mean, to be honest, save most of it, maybe invest some of it too, and then, you know, you worked hard, spend a little bit on yourself.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Spend a little bit on yourself, have fun with it.
Especially because, you know what I mean, you gotta remember, when you look at us, what do you think they would expect us to do with a 10K check?
Get another...
Get some ice.
Get some ice. Or like, you know, go to the strip club or something like that.
Throw it around.
And
we can't play up to no perceptions of what we're supposed to be.
No, definitely not.
Awesome, right? I'd probably spend 5, probably spend half, save half. And the reason why is because I want to travel the world. Like I spent like $1,500.
I mean, if you're gonna spend it on anything, travel is a pretty good one.
Yeah, I want to know more about the world where people are struggling, where people are living life. You know, I want to know. I want to be able to create documentaries and be able to invest in my own craft. Like, I should have saved the $150 I just spent on camera gear, but I'm investing it in myself so I can learn the skills that could go out and further my techniques.
Yeah.
So it's like you live and you learn. You know, if you got one 10,000 check, you're gonna get another one soon, hopefully.
Exactly.
You know, and if you can invest in yourself, maybe you'll get a bigger check. Maybe you'll get a 30K check. So
not only that, but maybe one day they'll be investing in you.
Yep.
So you won't be having to pay for that anymore. So yeah, that's how it is in the game that we're trying to get into. I mean, we're investing in ourselves. You know, our wallets are getting a little deep. They're not deep. What am I trying to
pocket's
say?
getting deeper.
They're getting lighter.
Oh,
Our pockets are getting lighter because we are investing in ourselves. But you know, when they see the talent.
Oh, books be falling. I want to choose it.
Yo,
what's
spooky
that?
season.
Oh,
sure.
Oh, God. Not a game.
Yo.
Wait. Okay.
At first,
No.
At first it was the Jesus, the religious book, and then it was
Teresa of G. Oh God.
Not again.
Yo.
Okay.
Okay.
Life again,
Yo.
bro.
Life,
Oh.
Yo.
To die in spring.
Oh shoot.
Oh God.
Yo.
No,
when it just started. When it just started, yo.
We're not doing that.
When it just started.
No. Alright, what were we talking about?
I think we can. That's what we get for talking about so much about our futures, yo. God was like,
shut
y'all ain't gonna make that. Just stop, yo. Just stop.
Nah, yo, I truly believe like we're all gonna be successful. We're all gonna be working hard. It's gonna just take some time.
That actually spooked.
I mean, he didn't say what spring. You know what I mean?
It was God, not a game.
Straight up, that's straight up. But that's how like messages like work, like in the Bible and all that. That's how they be talking.
Yo, where's the Ouija
that might be our burning bush.
Yo, where's the Ouija board, yo?
Imagine the Walking Dead book just dropped right after that.
That might be next.
That might have to be next.
That might be next, yo.
But
one thing I do want to clarify though, it's like we're talking about philosophy and like for my whole entire life, I want to be working on Tag Initiative, make it bigger, not just places and helping certain niches of people. I want to end up helping the world, make it like the world a better place by cleaning. You know, that sentence itself, make the world a better place, is so overused by even like corporate stuff.
Yeah.
So like I like what Mr. Beast is doing, plant 20 million trees. That's dope. I want to be able to clean the oceans and do something similar to that. But a lot of people, I don't want to call them ignorant, but they neglect what today is a good day kind of means. Well, the philosophy kind of means to me at least. So basically, my thing when I say today is a good day, it's today's got to be good for tomorrow to be great, right?
Yeah.
And that's not saying you can't have a bad day.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just know everything's neutral. Whatever day it is, tomorrow's gonna be better than the day you had before.
It's all up to you to make of it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You got to take action.
Yep.
And confidence gets built by doing. I love saying that. So just go out and do what you got to do to make the next day better.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna have days of loss. You're gonna have days of failure. Just don't take it with a grain of salt. Reflect on it and move forward with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens to you, it's all up to you how you interpret it. It's all about your perspective.
100%.
Yeah. It's like Nas said, you feel me? The world is yours.
No,
And I just want to say, I did my little fact checking. I said, Frederick Douglass earlier. I meant to say, W.B. Du Bois and his double consciousness. You know what I mean? Educate yourself, decalcify your pineal gland, open your mind. You understand me?
You said that on the second episode.
Yeah, because it's facts. It's facts.
And I looked at you weird. I was like, what do you mean?
The pineal gland, it's this gland right here in your brain. As you get older and older, like during puberty, it calcifies and becomes harder.
Nah, I got mad confused because I thought you meant pituitary gland.
Nah, that's different. That's different.
Different things, hormones. Nah, but you know what? I feel like that's a pretty good episode right there. If I were to say so, we talked about a future. We talked about where we're gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what, guys?
So just you know what I mean. If you really enjoyed this episode and you made it this far, just make sure to leave a comment saying where do you guys think you'll be in a year, or 5 or 10, whatever you decide. Just make sure to let us know what you think. Cause you know what I mean. This is not just us talking to y'all, us trying to preach whatever we want to push. Nah, this is a discussion not just between 3 dudes in one room, but it's to each and every one of y'all watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let us know. Thank you. I'm Dip. That's Drew. That's CFK. This has been the Dip and Drew podcast with CFK. Have a good day. Peace. Good job, guys.